Lasers are a cool troop, and today we're gonna see how good they are in 5 engines. So since yesterday, where we picked up machine guns and Dr. Vitamin, today we got troop health, boom cannons, and lasers. Mainly because more people are getting more buildings, and it should be pretty good on dealing with them. So we'll try a few attacks. I think the best part about lasers is gonna be their splash damage. Let's look at our first match. This beautiful base with max rockets and nearly every kind of building. Of course, grants in these bunkers. But now with lasers, well, we can give it a shot. So because it's a full-on compact, one engine on this side, I think we'll probably try this combo of 3 warriors, 4 lasers, 1 Dr. Vitamin, and still taking shield. Because as long as the warriors stay alive and Dr. Vitamin heals those guys up, I don't think it should be that bad. And if we get through all this, we can save a bunch of drones for this engine. So we'll still do warriors first, maybe a shield right away. And since we can't shock the bunkers, as we get a bit closer, we'll do maybe like 2 turrets on the side. And then the Hoppa wakes up, do a few shocks, and see what happens. So here we'll go ahead and start with maybe like really just everyone. Get everyone down. Once Kavan goes pretty close, we'll do a shield. And those few mines gonna be annoying, but aren't gonna be too bad. Get a shield going right now. Dr. Vitamin is working. And now we get the turrets in. So we got 2 turrets, we'll do a couple shocks. And you can see the bunkers are distracted. We'll do another shield, maybe. Nah, I don't think we need it just yet. Instead, in fact, we'll just let everything go. Now we'll pop just one, wherever Kavan is, shocked by something. But you can see, losing like almost no troops can already start doing a bunch of drones on this side. I don't know, we threw like 4 or 5 of them. And that's the power of lasers. It's a base that's insanely tough for maybe warriors, lasers just melt through. Got the perfect combo of warriors and Dr. Vitamin always surviving, and lasers for the damage. Now of course, maybe not every base is gonna be like that, but you can see, with our offense, the nasty ones we can get through. Now here we got another base, looks like also pretty nasty. We can try a similar approach, but it's gonna be a little different, because here we have 2 engines on this side. So essentially we can try maybe turrets over here, and then drones on this side. Or maybe a mix of both, which I think might make a bit more sense. Like we could do maybe 3 drones right in the middle, not drones, 3 turrets right in the middle with the sniper towers. And then they're gonna kill some other buildings, later on do more drones. Because don't really want to split troops because don't have that much GB. And we can go ahead and try that. So we'll start off with maybe 1 warrior, couple lasers, other people on this side, and get those 3 turrets in. Do 1, 2, 3. As Kavan gets close, we'll go ahead and do 1 shield. Because that shield also helps with all those mines. As we get on this side, we're going to choose maybe just shocking that shock launcher, and a thing that hotpot over here. Especially against that laser right there. Pretty soon we want 1 more shield, getting that right now. Again, as soon as Kavan's not shocked. But it looks like we have some warriors alive, shield is really helping out. And did lose some lasers, but looks like it's enough. We'll go ahead and do maybe a few drones on this side. Essentially, all of them kind of in the middle, so they spread left and right. So we got these drones right here. They're going to go on both engines. And that's a fair amount of damage. The turrets are now facing the left side. And even though we did lose a fair amount of lasers, I don't think it's a bad time. Around 3 minutes. And he was a diamond player, so might be real tough, but we'll see right here. Looks like a lot of stars. Now we will check that one more time. So the idea with these laser attacks is, if there's a lot of buildings, you use warriors as a meat shield. And Dr. Vitamin doesn't really help the lasers as much. He's mainly to keep the warriors alive. And we just split drop because we do want this cannon down. So kind of dealing with both buildings around the same time. And Kavan shield right away is really great because you can deal with all those mines. And the reason we did turrets on the right side is because we can't only do turrets on one and then drone the other, because there's buildings around each engine. So those turrets in the middle means some buildings on one side of the engine dies, so later drones go straight to the engine. And then on the left side, we are watching a bit. It's good to flame damage the warriors a little bit, because then Dr. Vitamin starts boosting all those troops. And as far as shocks go, I guess it doesn't really matter. Maybe you could have shocked the hot pots instead. And we got kind of lucky because one more shield for all these lasers, because still lost about half of them. Unless warriors clear those mines, only way to protect lasers from them is Kavan's shield. But you see how fast buildings die where even a few lasers can get the job done. And there is a lot of good past this season, so we can give a moment of silence for anyone still using Grens. But here we got this space with a few bunkers on this side and on the right. So here we can't really use turrets. Well, actually, I think we can. Use turrets on one side, take out these buildings, drone at that. But I'll still show a different type of attack because lasers, even on their own, are still pretty strong. And it is a cool hit I saw, it's actually all lasers. And we just choose one side to take Kavan. In this case, we can maybe just do, I think the right side makes sense. It's as simple as Kavan and 4 lasers. We'll do one drone here too, just to speed up this sniper going down. Use a smoke but cause too much time. And get one shield right away. We do want to wait for these buildings to go down, and then do one flare on this side. Sometimes we got a few lasers going the other way. And then get one turret, one shock, and then the remaining lasers over here. Because we flared a building, these lasers go on the left side, and they're fine going on the right. Kavan staying there just in case we need another shield. And over here we can do maybe like a few turrets on this side, and one shock on the right. Right side again looks okay, so just watch these lasers do their thing. Bunkers don't have to worry about, so maybe just a bunch of drones and finish off that engine. We'll do a shock on this splash, and I guess like the last one right here. And then the last few lasers honing in, getting 3 minutes. I like this style attack on bases that maybe aren't super defended, but still have a decent number of buildings on either side. And here it looks like we're going to take that win, but we'll show that attack one more time. Because the idea is, you want to start usually on the right side, especially if there's a few buildings over here. You can take one of them down with drones and then just one Kavan shield, keep those lasers alive for a long time. Getting these buildings down in the middle, then one flare on the right side. As it almost reach that building, whatever it is, you can do like a few abilities to protect them. In this case, one turret for the bunker and one shock for the machine guns. But then drop the lasers here so they go straight on the left. And even those bunkers, like Kavan's shield is great because it keeps them alive. Sure, second wind can bring them back, but better not lose them in the first place. And also bunkers do like to miss troops standing in a straight line, which is why we can take full lasers and no meat shield. But then on the left side, we use more abilities because they don't have Kavan to protect them. So in this case, 2 turrets and 1 shock repeat. And if there's a last engine and we got a bunch of GB, just throw a bunch of drones. We'll probably run that on most style bases and just hope the time is okay. But I think that might be enough to hit 19 right there, so we'll get that chest. And the next step, or at least the next unlock, is for sure getting that troop damage. Because as strong as lasers are, having 50 more troop damage means they're even stronger. Even though that's still one chest away, we'll do a couple more attacks and see how it goes. And as we're approaching a week into this season, how are you guys liking it? I think it's a lot of fun, at least better than the amazing Cryo Bombers last season. And it's a cool meta, still using warriors this late into the season. Here we got a base with some mines, so do have to worry a little bit. Of course, Grens in these bunkers. But I think for the most part, we can do the same attack. What we'll do instead is maybe just, I guess, one warrior on the left side, for those mines over here. But still 4 lasers on the right and see how it goes. One drone can be on this sniper, killing that faster. And the good thing about Kavan's shield is it means you can also survive 4 mines. So we'll do Kavan and 4 lasers on this side, get 1 drone, maybe wait a few seconds, get there right now, and just 1 shield on a bunch of these lasers. Make sure they go on the right side, and then pretty soon we can already do like one turret over here, and just flare something on the right to, well, they're already going there, but make sure they do it. Otherwise, drop all the troops on the left. And here we can do, I guess maybe one more turret right there. And just in case, do one more shield. Now here that warrior clears a bunch of those mines. Right side looks okay. So just saving a bunch of more GB on the left. We'll do like 2 shocks right here. And just start doing a bunch of drones. Get one on this side. And maybe 2 more. Get one more shock bomb, but looks like we don't really need it. Since the right side goes down, just get a flare going. Now we missed the left engine, so gonna be a bit slower on time. Not exactly 3 minutes, but still pretty close. Maybe you can't always win with these kind of times, but doing the same style attack I think is a good way to build practice and stay consistent. And again we'll watch it one more time, because the main idea is still Kavan 4 lasers on the right side. And in this case, instead of 4 lasers on the left, we did 1 warrior for just those mines. I guess instead we could have done still 4 lasers but use a drone instead. Again, you want to kind of kill one building because faster you start the lasers on the right side, the faster then you can drop the left ones. Which is why any buildings on the beach you can do just 1 drone. If it's a sniper, you can take it down even without a smoke. And again, that shield right away. The good thing about bunkers is, again, even if there are Grens, you can see they can shoot your lasers but in most cases just miss. The overshoot really helps you out because lasers are in that straight line. So the right side is fine, even a few mines you don't have to worry about. Once you know the right side is taken care of, all you gotta do is focus on the left. And you can be like us and miss a shock. Because with the warriors, they have to go to every building and then do damage, whereas lasers have that range and that splash effect. And as far as other defenses go, we can consider things like shock launchers, shock mines, or normal mines. So we'll kind of see maybe getting one or all of those, just to make some more progress. If I was to get one of those first, maybe shock mines because it really hinders both warrior and laser players. But here we'll do the same thing, 4 lasers on the right side, and here because of those few mines, again we'll just do 1 warrior. That cannon will do 1 smoke on a drone, because even though snipers you can just do 1 drone if there's no other buildings, cannon has a bit more HP so that smoke is needed. You want all 5 to do damage. So Kavan and 4 lasers on this side, get a smoky drone right here, and then just 1 shield right away. Other top side looks okay, so letting these guys go. Just waiting for this sniper, and then because all these buildings are in a line, it's not too bad. We'll do 1 flare right here. In fact, maybe going ahead and shocking that shock launcher. But looking one more time should be okay. Hit everyone else over here. Warrior first because we want them to clear the mines. And on the right side, I guess we'll just do 1 turret, kind of as a meat shield for those machine guns. Here should be okay, but as you get close we'll do a couple shocks. 1 in that shock launcher, 1 in this one. And as the right side is okay, we just want to do a bunch of drones, maybe right here. Bunch of drones going down, right side is looking fine. And then just a few more shocks and maybe a final flare. Get that flare going. It's gonna be pretty close and I guess could have done 1 drone. But you know, we're amazing with our flare timing, and this one, 253. Like in most pushes, we're getting slower and slower every attack, but we'll still see if it's good enough. It really shows though that once we get that little extra troop damage, it's gonna make a world of difference. But luckily, still getting that win, and pretty happy with how lasers are. What's sort of funny is that in these different style bases, we're not even using Dr. Vitamin, but he's still really important like you saw on those nasty ones. So tomorrow now, we'll get troop damage, and in fact we can break down every single defense and why we are or not going to get it. So first, mines, really good against explosive drone players and lasers. Even though mortars are too, you can shock them or use turrets. But more buildings isn't always a good thing because of lasers. Rifles, we don't need right now. Warriors are an okay meat shield. That's just 1 or 2 buildings, so not getting it for maybe the whole season. Boom mines, we have Kavan shield, so it doesn't really affect us. But shock mines do pin us down. We can put them around engines for drone players or to stop lasers and warriors. And time is a big issue. Rockets, well, we saw that max rocket base. If you have Dr. Vitamin, they're kind of a non-issue. That node, again, you can either use turrets or shocks on the hotpots. Plus, it's pretty expensive for 34 keys. Bunkers, we're not going to get anytime soon. Just because you see these full laser hits, even if Gren shoot at your lasers, in most cases they just miss. And in those attacks where we have warriors plus lasers, either use turrets to keep them distracted, or warriors stand so far away from lasers, there is no overshoot. Shock launchers do have some impact though. We're not going to get it just yet, but if there's any building, probably this one. Its super long range and stun means it can slow troops down. And then finally, critter launchers. Well, lasers love critter launchers because it doesn't really affect him, so we'll skip them for the time being. So tomorrow, getting troop damage, and I think it's safe to get shock mines. We'll need them eventually once we get to this node. So that's a plan for tomorrow. And then we can consider either getting some more defense, try to push more ranks, or start saving 150 keys for 6 engine and what's beyond. That'll be decided next few days, but for right now, we got lasers as our primary troop. And that's gonna be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.